What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with some more fantasy football content today. We are talking about Joe Mixon's 2021 fantasy football outlook. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Have a ton of these fantasy football profiles of a ton of other players coming on the channel. A ton of new ones coming to you soon. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave your questions and comments in the comment section down below. Really helps out the video. And let's talk Joe Mixon. All right, so Joe Mixon. So in 2020, he only played 6 games, but he was able to average 14.9 points per game in fantasy in half-point PPR leagues. Now, there's a lot of excitement around Joe Mixon this upcoming season because of the departure of Gio Bernard to Tampa Bay and the increased workload that he could start getting on third down, which is what's kind of held him back from fantasy glory in the past these last several years. His career high in receptions is 43. He could easily topple that this year. Now, the one important thing I think that we have to point out, though, with all this third down talk of him getting more passing volume, is the Bengals have already said, if you look at his snap numbers, it was like third down. It was like when Joe Mixon would come off the field and Gio would go on basically all the time. It was just like almost exclusively that he was getting. That's when they were pulling him from the game. He was still getting a ton of volume, but that's when he was taking his catching his breath. But they drafted Chris Evans, a 6th-round running back who profiles as a pass catcher, and they've already said they're going to try to split the third down work with Joe Mixon. And I expect they drafted this kid because they thought that he could come in and play third down. Now, will he be a good pass blocker in camp, all that stuff? I don't know, but I think there is a role where it's not just Joe Mixon playing the entire down, playing every third down, getting all the passing game volume. I think there's a chance he's still right around that 40 reception mark, which is still pretty good, though, and an improvement for him. Another thing you got to point out, though, is his offensive line as well. They have the 25th rate offensive line entering the season according to Pro Football Focus. That's definitely a concern. Now, there's a lot of also promise on this offense that there hasn't been there in recent years with Joe Burrow, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, like the whole offensive weapons. They're going to air it out this year. Hopefully that can open up the running lanes for Joe Mixon. But I think with Joe Mixon anyway, you're banking on volume and hoping that this offense is good enough, that Joe Burrow steps up and is good enough to score him some touchdowns this year. So I have him projected for 280-plus carries, 1,100 rushing yards, 1,100-plus rushing yards, and then 40-plus receptions, 300-plus receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. I think the offensive line will hold him back a little bit on the ground, but that the receptions will bring up his consistency, and that hopefully Joe Burrow can help him in that touchdown department with this offense this year. If you guys made it this point in the video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. This is Fantasy Joe. Until next time, I'll see you guys.